wish I could take out this mask, but I can't, right? So I believe that as young people, we go through so much and we learn and we unlearn, and it's so important for us to always come back to our roots, our backgrounds, and obviously the concept of why we are where we are today. So today I'm briefed to, give you guys words of encouragement. And I was struggling to find exactly what I would say to someone who might have been through, life challenging situations, and they found themselves in a place where they really cannot make decisions, they really cannot control their current situation. Because as much as we are victims of our own choices, sometimes in life you find yourself going through something that you never actually thought you would experience. So, which brings me to, a certain experience that I've had as a young person. As the last speaker who was speaking right now, was engaging on certain things that young people go through. And I could see some of you guys nodding and just responding quite actively on that part. How or when you're growing up, you find yourself in situations where you are tested. So I got tested multiple times in my life, and I failed, by the way, at some point, but my failure did not stop me from wanting to be the person that I am today, which I'll brief you about the person that I am, but I want you to understand this person first, before the titles, before the things that I did, before the things that I have achieved. So at home, they used to send me 500 rand for me to buy food, to pay rent, and all of that. And with 500 rand, I had to pay 350 for the rent. So how much is left? 150, right? So with 150, what can I buy after that? Can I buy a grocery with 150? No, I cannot do that, right? So I actually had to make a plan, because that was the only amount that my parents could actually send me. So I had to see that I pay rent, I actually go to class, I actually get something to eat and something to wear. And of course, as young people, we always want to have something nice. You get into a class, you want to compare yourself with other peers and all that, and you want great things. Raise your hand if you believe that you don't deserve great things. Raise your hand if you believe that you deserve great things. So what are great things? Can someone just raise a hand and tell me what is one great thing that you feel like you deserve in your life? I'm not getting out of the topic. I just want to find out if you are actually with me. What is one great thing that you feel like you deserve in your life right now?
Financial freedom.
Sorry?
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom.
Yeah.
That is great. What are you doing to make sure that you are getting that financial freedom? Huh? What is the definition of hustling?
Try out what works.
Try out what works.
Yeah.
The legal or the illegal way? It depends. Okay, let's hold it right there. Let's hold it right there. So, I really like where this conversation went, because I kind of tried the so-called illegal and the legal way. So, this is what happened. At some point, there was a guy, social media. So, what's more baby that? So, this guy stops with his car, driving a very nice car, ne? And it was around 5 p.m. at the time. It's after school, it's a Friday. In my room, I've got a box of potatoes, mushroom soup. I've got a plastic of potatoes. I've got half white in my grocery cupboard. No more white. Did I mention more white? So this guy says, let me take you out for dinner. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, potatoes and just soup. So if I can go on this date, it means I can save some food for tomorrow. You get what I'm going? So guess what I did? I went to this date with this guy. And what I did, I actually ordered a plate of steak and chips. And trust me, I finished the entire plate. I got the chips A1. Knowing exactly that, exactly, I've got all of that. And I finished it all. This guy gave me 200 rand. And I was so excited. I'm like, yay, I'm going to be able to buy more bread, buy more food, buy something for my hair. I mean, 60 rand. I can just even walk to the station and get myself a gin. So already I had calculated how much this money can actually do for me. So in my mind I was like, most next day you must have an extra 300. You know? So with that 300, okay, it means I can add more and all that, right? But obviously there's a catch. This is where the illegal way of doing things comes in. So in a way, I'm using myself, I'm becoming a victim of, I won't say abuse, but a victim of being used by someone for the sake of what? Getting money. So what did I do? I took that 200 rand, right? And then he asked for my numbers. Actually, my intention was not to give him his numbers. But I felt the guilt because you know, he spent some money, he took me out and all that. You know, nice and all that, and I felt like that is actually the way I need to actually repay him. So repaying him would mean that I have to use myself, become a victim of, being used by someone else for the sake of money. So it is the illegal way because I wasn't doing that for myself. I wasn't doing that for the fact that it's something that I want. I didn't know my worth. I didn't know my direction. And what could lead to that? Yes, there are people that right now, I can pick one of you who says, I can pick you and go buy you food and all that, whether you're a guy or a girl. So that is a different story. But that story, yes, there are Samaritans where they can buy you and all that. But that one had intentions of what? Being a part of me and doing things to me and all that. Because the intentions were clear with that person. But first of all, I remembered where I came from. I came from a village where my parents did sacrifice a lot for me to be where I was. And remember, this girl as well dropped out at some point and got an opportunity to go to TUT. So my story is a bit complicated, but very inspiring. So I had to remember where I was. So this is the illegal way. I had to stop thinking about finding the easy way out by wanting someone to actually determine my way of success or my way of growth. So how does someone determine your success? If someone is going to own you or somehow support you in a way that you actually you need them. Because something about us young women is that sometimes you find yourself trapped in a relationship. Yes, I'm talking to you guys. I know that you're not a boyfriend, so don't even act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you would be involved with an older guy just because you know that he can provide for you. And now you forget yourself because there is, some kind of a place where you can rest and just be comfortable that you can get money. Let me tell you something, you are not worth a plate of steak and chips. Today I own a design agency, a company that I'm running, where I can take my heart and go swipe that plate of steak and chips. And not only that, I can actually swipe more than what I want because I was able to change my mindset. So what did I do at school? I started selling A1 products. So what I used to do is that I would sit in the library, studying, put my business cards there, plastic of A1, how to athlete would take the card. Break time, I get into everyone's classes and look for, not classes, but the rest. Sell the products there. So I never ran out of anything. I had money for bread. That provides, I appreciate it today. today, but trust me, I don't eat more right today. Not that there's anything wrong, but everything is. It used to be my breakfast, my lunch, my supper. You get my point? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is that you do not have to be a victim of abuse, a victim of, loss of anything in your life because you hold the power. Let me tell you something. The fact that days might be dark at this point in your life does not mean it is the end of the road.